Go over the steps on how to resurface a driveway, and I like this Henry asphalt resurfacer. This is their 7-year warranty product, and it does an excellent job. I've used a lot of products over the years, and I really like this one. The first step you'd want to do is make sure before you do this, fill any large cracks with a crack filler, and then we actually had a couple potholes that we filled, and then follow the manufacturer's recommendations on how long to allow that to cure before you resurface it. One thing I like to do the day before I start the project is turn the 5-gallon containers upside down to move the solids to make it mixing easier. And then what we want to do is pull any weeds in the driveway. We're going to wash it all down with a hose end sprayer with a little detergent in it, and then we're going to brush the whole thing down. You can either use a broom or you can use a leaf blower to get everything off the driveway. For this I use Simple Green, but any good detergent will do a nice job for you. And if you have any oil spots, go after that with a degreaser before you resurface it. Once you've hosed it off, now you want to come back with a push broom and get any small pebbles or particles off. And the driveway damp is actually not bad, but you don't want any standing water. So because this is such a thick product, you want to mix it for at least a full 5 minutes. And it's tedious, but it's going to make a big difference on the finished product. So you can either use just a piece of wood and go after it, or you can use a mixer on a drill. And I like this method. It does a nice job, but take the time to do it a full 5 minutes. So when you're refinishing your blacktop, it should be 50 degrees or warmer, and you should start as early as you can in the morning so it has the benefit of sun all day to help it cure quicker. And so I mixed this with my drill, and then I grabbed a stick just to get one final mix. And what I'm going to use is just a 3-inch wide paintbrush, and right around the concrete and the garage here, I'm just going to paint this on so I don't splash anything on areas you don't want to get blacktop. So one unique thing about this Henry product is because it's a gel and a rubberized formula, we're going to be using the brush side of the spreader rather than the rubber side. And a lot of toppings are so thin that they want you to use the squeegee end, but this has much more body, so we're going to be using the brush side to work it in. So I'm going to pour it out, and we're going to work it in 3 or 4 foot squares. I'm going to go one direction and then come back the other direction so we work it into any cracks and crevices. Alright, and the gel it's just a nice formulation, so it's easy to work with, it's pretty easy to control, and I'm going to pull it one direction and work it in, and then I'm going to come the other direction and pull it. And we want this to be fairly thin. What's excellent about this product, and another reason I really like this, is they only recommend one coat, where most sealers they recommend 2 coats. This is just much easier to apply. So I'm going to pull it one direction, and I'm going to come back and work it the other direction. And you want to keep a wet edge, so once you start, you want to keep moving. You don't want to let it dry. And one other thing you want to do is when you get halfway through your bucket, if you're using multiple buckets, you want to intermix the next bucket once you're halfway through. That way you're going to have a uniform consistency and also color. So I put one thin coat over the entire driveway, and you want to make sure that there's no rain in the forecast for 24 to 48 hours, and you also wouldn't want to drive on it for 24 to 48 hours. So this is a very easy do-it-yourself project you can do in a couple hours.